This business is like the Wild West. Gold, silver, rare coins, lost treasures of history. You never know what's gonna walk through that door. Oh!
This is a Civil War sword.
I got robbed at gunpoint. Watch this. I'm Evan Kale, and this is Pawn Man. Oh, ho, ho! Put some goddamn clothes on, you hoes. Oh, it's also the holiday episode, that too. Welcome everyone to a very special holiday episode of Pawn Man for the, I think, 4th year in a row now. This is our holiday special. Obviously, you guys will never see me wearing a hat because I don't look good in them, but I'll make an exception for a little Santa hat. Anyway, we have an episode sponsor, you guys. I want to thank our episode sponsor, Sunrise Pawn in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They are a family-owned, family-operated business, a pawn shop. They have been in business for 61 years. They offer really competitive prices, great customer service, excellent treatment. Don't get beat up by some pawn shop that's gonna chew you up and spit you out. Head to Sunrise Pawn in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for proper prices and proper treatment. Sunrise Pawn offers the lowest rates, probably in the whole state of Florida, 6 to 7% versus other pawn shops can be double or more. They specialize in a lot of the stuff that I do and even more. They have a very strong track record locally with customer service. Again, that is Sunrise Pawn, available in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They are a local business, so you gotta be in the area to check them out. They're not on social media like I am, but visit Sunrise Pawn's website. There is a link in the video description. And with that, you guys, we're gonna get to the spirit of giving. We're gonna get to the spirit of learning. We're in for a great holiday episode. Let's get to it. Well, gang, I think it's time for a little holiday tradition that we do here every year at St. Louis Park Gold and Silver. I go to the shelter, I pick up a homeless person, I bring him here with the pretense of a hot meal and a nice warm place to stay, and then I murder him. I chop him up and I eat him. I have sex with the corpse, and then I dispose of it piece by piece over the coming year. Usually takes till about Thanksgiving, and then, you know, there's always a little bit left. I serve that at Thanksgiving. Oh wait, no, that's not the tradition. We don't do that. No, not yet. No, we do a holiday tree, and then we give money to DonorsChoose.org. I've gone through and I picked out a couple of classroom projects that spoke to me, and we're gonna give. So, okay, you guys, I gave $750 last year. I can't afford to give $750. I really can't. I just hope you guys match me in these, and we can do some real good. I give $500 this year, so that's. All right, fine, I'll give $750 again, but Jesus Christ, this is gonna stretch me out. Okay, let's start with the holiday tree. You guys, actually, just take a sec. Look around this place. Look around. Remember last year, what it looked like in here? Look what it looks like now a year later. I mean, this place is really coming along. It has been my goal to make this place like a museum, and we really are on the way to at least making it very interesting in here. So I thought about that the other day, how barren the walls were a year ago, 2 years ago. But let's build this holiday tree.
Still there from last year. Oh, there's the first one. Oh, of course it falls.
Tis the season.
Oh, we have the ornaments. There's just so much magic. Look, we got Santa.
Oh, wow. It's just so much magic. So much magic.
Oh no, oh no.
My friend's wife made this for me. She hand painted this. I broke it.
This is why I can't have nice things. Well, it's not getting any better, it's broken. I may as well just toss it back in.
So I neglected to buy an extension cord. It's gonna be weird, but okay.
Like the light of God coming down onto the tree.
So I didn't even know that this light was here, this outlet was here until, maybe a year ago. And I've been here now almost 3 years. What I do is go, what? Oh, nice, lovely.
Some real Goya right here. I got a fireball on. You guys what I was drinking last night. All right, there we go.
And of course, the finishing touch, I starred David to make it a nice Goyam tree, holiday tree. There it is. Holiday tree is complete.
A fractional Krugerrand. I almost never see these. What do we got? 1/4 ounce. I'd be at $500 on this.
Okay, cool. And I have this. I have no idea if it's worth anything, but
Let's find out. It's very tiny.
yeah.
It says 10 carat. Feels like a thrill. This one's $25.
Sure.
$5.25. All right. You want cash?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you have an ID?
Yeah.
You have a great day.
Me too.
I'm surprised she sold me that. It's a 1982 quarter ounce. These have a premium. Kruger ends from South Africa are the most over-minted gold coin there is. They made so many of them, but the fractional sizes are harder to find. And I paid her $2,000 an ounce, and gold right now is $20.30. I can get $100 over at least on this all day. So $100 profit right here. Right, $50 profit right here. I'm gonna melt this ring down. It's tiny, but I paid her low on the gold. So I took her ID though because I didn't get a bad feeling. But, well, I just decided to do my due diligence. Now, I've mentioned this. I don't have to take ID right now because there's a lawsuit going on. The bullion department is currently suspended in Minnesota because some whack job sued the bullion department, and I literally warned the governor a couple years ago this was going to happen and never got a response. So until the lawsuit, the appeal goes through, if they're successful, they probably will be. But it's going to take years. So I just decided to do my due diligence though, because nothing against the person. Something about the vibe I didn't like.
Hey, I got some stuff to show you.
Okay.
This is a Soviet propaganda poster.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Look, I'll give you a good deal on it, $50. I've seen some of these sell for north of 100. Actually, this one I've never seen.
Great success.
It is great success. Yeah, it's like how the Soviets invaded Dnieper, so that's Ukraine. So it's so funny because it's actually repeating itself.
I was gonna say, wait, which war are we talking about here?
No, this is like World War II, but it's repeating itself exactly right now.
Literally just taking Stalin's battle plans.
Literally Stalin's battle plans.
This is exactly what they did.
Yes, it's exactly what's happening right now. That's look, honestly, if you listed, you should probably get at least $150 for it. But
I like it. The thing is, I really don't want to buy it because I
$50?
How about 40?
All right, deal. You fine. These are little boxes, jewelry or trinket boxes. So these sell for like $25.
These I'm not interested in right now.
You're not?
No,
Oh,
just
good.
I got too much stuff downstairs, and
That's
that'll
good.
live down there for
Look,
a year.
I had ones that are way prettier, but they're no longer with me. This is something you don't see every day. Well, maybe you do. This is Van Coort kaleidoscopes. Vintage. They're like 30 years old.
Did we sell the last one? Last kaleidoscope we got? Or is it still down there?
I think it's still down there.
I'm gonna pass.
It's 2008 proof platinum. Lowest mintage ever made. So they don't make them anymore. And so anyone that collects these platinum eagles, these are the key coins. These are the key coins, key day coins.
Are they 1 ounces?
No, they're 1/10 ounce and 1/4 ounce.
How much you want?
$250 for the 1/10 ounce.
Okay.
And $500 for the 1/4 ounce.
Okay, I see something wrong with it here.
You do?
Yep, by the right shoulder.
Man, I've never
see.
taken it out.
There's some, well, it's nothing you did. It's just, it's either manufacturing imperfection, like not in a good way, or it's forming a milk spot.
Let me see.
See right here by the shoulder, like kind of by the rim. There's like a little mark right there.
Yep, manufacturing defect.
So it'll score 68 probably. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah, you just bummed me out.
Yeah, this one's nice too. This one's nicer than the other one.
Could you do 700 for both?
I kind of don't have 700 right now to put away. I do 225 for the 10th ounce because that I can afford today. But the 1/4 ounce, I just don't have cash for right now. Or I just don't have the resources for right now.
All right, no problem. Yeah.
We'll do it.
Even though you found that smudge on it?
Well, that one I was gonna buy no matter what because I think platinum's a good buy, and I can afford 225 and something. I'll do 5 in the other one if you want to do 7 for both.
700 for both?
Yeah.
Done.
Okay. Well, for the opposite of the holidays, I'm gonna give you guys a customer service lesson. Never, ever do this. I don't care if this is what you believe or what you don't believe. Don't ever impress your religion on somebody in a business setting. Is the most unprofessional thing you can do. I am never gonna buy from this person again, although they cut me a great deal because they sent me this. I bought some items online that I didn't have in my store, and I have worked with this person in the past, but he sent me this bullshit. Greg, you hope to meet me in heaven. No, motherfucker. All the holier than thou crowd, I will see you in hell, sir. I know we will both end up there. But I mean, it's not, I've said this to the con artist too, because, he tries to say, I want to take you to church, which, he's doing it in his mind, and this is kind of a boomer thing, like, I go to church equals I'm a good person. To me, that's, I have something to hide. I'm not a good person, and I'm masquerading behind a Bible, pretending that I am a great person. Almost all the super religious people that I know are vile, terrible human beings. They're like, it's like ironic, like the more holier than thou they are, like the more it's like, no, if Jesus met you, Jesus would weep. When I want to drive home here in a business setting, don't ever do this. You're not gonna win here doing this.
Unless, of course, you're in, like, literally the religious business, in which case, knock yourself out. But, you know where this is going? Let me show you. What happens when we send Goyim literature to a Jew? We say poo-poo. We say you. Jesus wept and the paper got shredded. Eat my tits, cocksucker. Eat my tits.
Alright guys, well, 'tis the season of giving and being generous and proving that you don't belong in hell. I don't know if this is enough proof for me, but sure, I'll hedge my bets as best I can. We, for the 4th year in a row, are going to be donating to DonorsChoose.org. If you're not familiar with Donors Choose, it is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to helping out teachers that need money for projects or in impoverished school districts, have students in impoverished districts. The fact is teachers are not paid enough. They're treated like my opinion. And so we raise money every year for this project, or for this charity. It is, I think, just a fantastic charity. So these projects that we're donating to, I'm going to be funding 1 or 2 of them outright. There's a few that still need help. There are links in the video description. These are all Minnesota projects I picked out because obviously I'm in Minnesota. You know, if you don't like the ones that I'm picking, go on Donors Choose and find some. Here are a few that spoke to my heart. The first one we are funding outright actually only has 7 hours left. Miss Monique in St. Paul. She's requesting art supplies. Obviously, art big to me. I have a background as an artist, so she needs $113, and we are gonna fund her outright. There we go, Miss Monique is funded. The next classroom, or the next project is called Where Did It Come From? This is Mr. Stanton. He says, help give me my students the ability to calculate the trajectory of a projectile. This is a science-based project. This seemed like a cool project to me. I remember some like unique things that I did in my school. So I'm gonna give him $100. And I am the first one donating to this classroom. So there we go. So we spent $213. He still needs help. He's trying to raise another $571, so help that one out. Next one up, I'm gonna fund outright. They need $80. This is Miss Sophie. Help me give my students a social emotional learning center in our classroom. It's an autism-based project it's an autism project for students with autism, so that's obviously important to me. So I'm gonna fund this outright. Here's $80. Miss Elizabeth from St. Paul. She's trying to raise $530 more. She has 9 donors currently, so she's halfway there. I'm gonna give her $100. Help give me my students an updated collection for research on popular history topics and science topics of high interest topics. Our nonfiction sections are quite outdated. I can only imagine. So that one still needs help. Next one, this is a really expensive project, and I read it and I was like, God, the guy wants almost $5,000. This seems like an incredible opportunity for students. So I'm gonna give this $100, and I really hope you guys help this project out too. Discovering DNA with PCR equipment. Mr. Punsak in Melrose, Minnesota. This is a high school project. Help me give my students the authentic experience of using PCR to amplify their PTC gene to explain why only some taste the bitterness of PTC. These pieces of startup equipment are needed for many other labs too. This is expensive because doing DNA labs, like the guy doesn't have the resources for this and he needs a lot of different equipment. This is just one unit they're gonna do. All right, so we're gonna give Mr. Punsak $100. And again, you guys, this project needs a lot of money, but it does look like this will be equipment that'll be used to benefit a lot of students and teach some really valuable science. And then off to space is Mr. Barthel from Bertha, Minnesota. Help give my students model rockets so they can experience some hands-off learning about Newton's laws of motion. So I used to love building model rockets. We had a unit in class in 7th grade that I never forgot. It was a ton of fun. So I am running out of money here, but I'm gonna give this one $50. And that'll do it for this year. Link in the video description for these projects, or if you don't like these, consider donating to another project at DonorsChoose.org. And these are all tax deductible. Ho, ho, ho! Once again, you guys, I want to thank our episode sponsor for this very special holiday episode, Sunrise Pawnbrokers in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sunrise Pawnbrokers is a family-owned, family-operated pawn shop that offers 6 to 7% loans, and you have 3 months to get your stuff out versus other pawn shops, if you know the game. Obviously, I'm not a pawn shop, but they're cutthroat, their interest rates are way higher, and they want to sell your as soon as they can. They specialize particularly in high-end jewelry, watches, necklaces, bracelets, chains, and more. They also have musical instruments. They don't do electronics, it sounds like, but it sounds like they have a pretty cool shop. Like I said, high-end watches, Sunrise Pawnbrokers in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They are a local company, so you gotta be in the area, but if you're in Fort Lauderdale or you're driving through, check out Sunrise Pawnbrokers. With that, you guys, this week for our very special holiday episode, 4th year, we are talking all about holiday movies, the history of holiday movies, and holiday movie collectibles, kind of to pair with the Halloween episode that we did, talking about horror movie memorabilia. Now, if you watched the very first Pawn Man holiday episode, we covered the history of Christmas ornaments, Christmas, not really collectibles, but just the ornaments, but really we talked about the origin of the Christmas tree and really how Christmas came to America and became the consumeristic commercial holiday that it is today, because it's a multi-billion dollar business, and obviously these movies that are affiliated with it continue to drive that price tag up. Personally, I don't really like Christmas movies. Well, one, I'm Jewish. Two, there's only a certain time of year to watch them. You don't rewatch a Christmas movie in July. If you do, there's something wrong with you. My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. And if you don't think that is a Christmas movie, here's my threshold for a Christmas movie. Does it take place on Christmas, or is Christmas a central theme to the story? Other favorite Christmas movie is probably Home Alone. Again, not a Christmas movie per se. It takes place over the holiday season. It is integral to the point of the plot. The family is going on a Christmas vacation and they leave. Therefore, it falls into what I consider to be a Christmas movie, and most people have this kind of threshold too. But where do Christmas movies come from? Well, the first Christmas movie starts way more traditionally. In fact, we'll talk in a little bit here about how Christmas movies have diversified in their plot and theme. But the first Christmas movie is called Santa Claus. It's from 1898. This was a silent short film. Now, this film is known for its special effects that show Santa Claus visiting children. And like I said, I mean, you have films starting just shortly before this time period. So the first Christmas movie really coming in with kind of the introduction of film. Now, commercialism, Christmas commercialism, kind of pairs with the rise of film. It's kind of around the same time, like we talked about in that first holiday episode, how you get consumerism and the whole Christmas spirit, you know, Christmas consumerism. It largely starts after the Civil War, but around the turn of the 20th century, that's when you really see Christmas become this big cash behemoth that it is today. In fact, you guys, Hanukkah. A lot of people wish me a happy Hanukkah. I had no idea it was Hanukkah. I don't really care. Not because I'm a bad Jew, well, partly, because Hanukkah's not a big deal to Jews. It's very, very minor in terms of importance for the Jewish calendar and like how holy the holiday is. The only reason Hanukkah is a big deal is because in the 1950s, Jewish kids were feeling left out because Christian kids, Christmas kids, were getting these gifts. So that's why Hanukkah is a big deal. It held hands with the consumerism of Christmas, and society, or at least American society, has built up Hanukkah to become right up there with Christmas just for the sake of consumerism. As far as the modern Christmas movie goes, we really start to see that in the golden age of Hollywood, starting in like the 1930s. World War II, the feelings that we all felt after World War II, this idea for post-war optimism, this idea for like America and, you know, commercialism, freedom, because the Nazis obviously hated Christmas, as we've talked about many times. The German state was about the cult of Hitler. They were at war with the Catholic Church. There was no Jesus to them. There was only the Fuhrer. So in defeating that, we really doubled down on the love of Christmas and the fact that we still got to celebrate it. So with this golden age of Hollywood, like I said, starting before World War II and ramping up in the 1950s, you have some of the greatest Christmas classics of all time. These include 1946's It's a Wonderful Life, the following year, 1947's Miracle on 34th Street, and then with the 1950s, it becomes even more popular with the advent of television, you know, making its way into most American homes. This provided a wholly new platform for Christmas movies to be broadcast on TV and reach even more eyes and become even more popular. But where we start to see Christmas movies get really a permanent staple of our culture around this time of year is the 1980s onward into the streaming era. And largely that has to do with what is known as the Hallmark effect. The Hallmark Channel creating some of the most iconic Christmas movies of all time. Now, although these movies are very formulaic, they're all heartwarming, and society seems to have really eaten them up. Also, starting in the 1980s, like I said, particularly with a movie like Die Hard, you have diversification in storytelling, you have new approaches to Christmas movies, not just the traditional theme, but something a lot more, say, you know, like Love Actually. Really, you see romance feeding a lot into Christmas movies. Romance movies that come out this time of year, they tend to be romance movies where the theme is Christmas, therefore it is a Christmas movie by my definition. Finally, further spreading the love of Christmas movies are the rise of streaming services, you know, Netflix, Amazon, all these streaming services we have now. They all make their own content now, and they all make Christmas movies around this time of year, further feeding into this consumerism of Christmas movies and what we like to do this time of year as Americans. You know, really, if you ask people what they're going to do on Christmas, a lot of people say, I'm either going to a movie with my family, or I'm gonna stay home and watch a movie, probably a Christmas movie. Now, what is it that Christmas movies mean to us? Why is it that they become such a staple? I mean, it's not just consumerism. There's a variety of other factors at play here too. You have a nostalgia factor. Christmas movies, they evoke the want for a simpler time. They evoke, these memories you have of being with your family, being close together, having an appreciation for things, getting gifts, I guess the opposite of appreciation. There's a global appeal. Christianity, Christmas is celebrated throughout the globe, and these movies are consumed throughout the globe. In fact, a lot of foreigners love American holiday movies. You have the holiday spirit. People get into a good mood this time of year. Some people get into a very bad mood this time of year because they're culturally expected to have a good time this time of year, and maybe something bad happened to them in their life around this time of year. And as a result, it makes it even sadder, or maybe they don't have a family, and they see everybody else with their family, and they get very angry this time of year. In one way or another, there's a lot of emotion affiliated with the holidays, and so these movies tie in with that. Other factors at play, escapism, kind of tying into that a little bit, in that these Christmas movies offer escape from real life. You can suspend your reality. You can suspend what's going on in your life while you watch the story. Usually Christmas movies, the problems in them are very simple. They're not overly complex plot themes. And happy endings, almost always the norm. You don't get the Gladiator ending where the hero dies. Somebody put it in the comment section, because I'm not a huge consumer of Christmas movies. I can't think of a single Christmas movie that ends badly, where even the horror ones where the monster kills and eats everyone or something. I'm sure they're out there. Like I said, Christmas has become tradition and ritual for many families due to, we all get together and watch Christmas movies every year. That kind of going. Christmas movies also are pretty cheap to make, often due to their simple plot points. By and large, Christmas movies are pretty easy to make, and they're generally huge box office hits. Now, as far as talking about the memorabilia affiliated with Christmas movies, that's a pretty niche collectible. I couldn't find hardly anything on prices. I found estimates. The only price tags that I found were 3 items from Nightmare Before Christmas. I found 3 original puppets used in the movie. One went for $100,000, one went for $75,000, one went for $20,000. As far as price tags go, that's really all I could find. I mean, like I said, it's more of a niche thing, even though these movies are so popular. You're gonna find way more people collecting horror movie stuff than you are Christmas movie stuff. So what would people collect? Well, first off, we did kind of cover this with the horror movie special. We're talking original scripts, original artwork, film props, animation cells, movie posters, figurines. Generally, with movie memorabilia, it's got to be from the original movie itself, from the original set. So if we're talking an original costume from a real staple like Miracle on 34th Street, you could easily fetch a price tag of $1 million for something that is a holy grail of the collectible. And again, that's going to be movies, either the highest grossing Christmas film ever at the box office, something that is just a cultural staple. The older it is, the more expensive it is, especially if it's more of a staple with this genre. As far as cheaper price point items go, you can get movie posters, limited edition figurines are popular. Animation cells, something from Disney, a Christmas Disney movie, something like that would actually be a great collectible probably to own if you're looking for something that's gonna be going up in value, because Disney all goes up in value. We're talking something that's numbered, limited. You're looking at probably about $500 to $1,000 price point for an original film cell. So that, you guys, is memorabilia from holiday movies. And again, I'm just more giving a summary of the popularity of holiday movies than I am finding collectibles here, because this was kind of a harder topic. That said, do you like Christmas movies or holiday movies? If you do, what's your favorite? What's your least favorite? I'll tell you guys, my least favorite, I think it's called 8 Crazy Nights. It is a god-awful, atrocious. I actually walked out, it was so bad. My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard, so tell me yours in the comments section. And remember, guys, don't forget to bring a towel, especially this Christmas, especially if you want to get high. All right, guys, well, just like that, it is the end of this holiday episode. Once again, I want to thank our sponsor, Sunrise Pawn in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Visit them if you are in the area for superior customer service in pawnbroking. They offer some of the best interest rates out of any pawn shop in the area. So go check them out. There's a link in the video description. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Please support the charities from DonorsChoose.org, the various projects that I donated money to. Obviously, we didn't fund all of them. There is a link in the video description for all those projects that didn't get funding. If you guys could just give $1, make a difference in their lives. Or if you find another project that you want to donate to, again, DonorsChoose.org is a 501c3 nonprofit. We have raised money for them now 4 years in a row. So visit that. Get my books on Amazon. Head to PawnManStore.com. Join the Pawnman Bullion Club or the Pawnman Numismatic Club, going strong. We got about 40 members in the club now. know. Hit that subscribe button, spread the gospel of Pawn Man. Have a great, great holiday, whatever your religion is, or if you don't celebrate anything at all. Just enjoy the snow. Have a great holiday season, you guys. We'll be back next week for the end of the year recap. Later, guys.